The characters and events depicted in this podcast is for mere entertainment. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, or going through their third surgery is purely coincidental. Listen at your own risk.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Somos the Next Generation. Where do I start? I've been having a bit of a case of the lazies this week. I'll be frank with you guys. Was just not in the mood to record an episode, but I saw myself in the mirror today, and I was like, no, Andy, you gotta have a video. Just sit there and just chat about something. So that's probably what I'm gonna do today. So I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the last two, the previous ones that I've posted. I think last week's episode was super fun for some reason. Making that drink and whatnot, just supposedly having a creation of a drink that I think that was super fun. I was rewatching the video while I was editing it, and when I posted it, I was just watching it. I was just cracking up by myself about myself, and I think it was super funny. So I hope you guys did enjoy that, and I hope you guys made you guys giggle just a bit. So I'm probably gonna latch on of that. Espero ya hayan disfrutado ese video. Como estaba diciendo, se me hizo súper divertido haciendo esa bebida, y cuando estaba editando el video me estaba carcajando yo solo porque se me hacía tan chistoso lo que estaba haciendo yo. Y yo pienso que este episodio va a estar más en inglés que nada. Voy a tratar de alternar un poquito. Una vez va a estar en español y una vez van a estar en inglés los videos. Yo creo que esta semana lo voy a tratar de hacer en inglés. Este episodio lo voy a dejar un poquito corto, solo porque pues he tenido una gran flojera, y aparte pues me va a tocar cerrar hoy, lo estoy grabando un poquito rápido para prepararme a ir a trabajar y esto. So hay que platicar del episodio de la semana pasada. Let's talk about last week's episode. So last week's episode was briefly about just the environment at work, the environment within the coworkers, the environment between the employees, the people, everybody. Sometimes it can be very, very hectic and very very chaotic. Excuse me. It can be very chaotic, but not just the fact how we all get along. I feel like lately that's not the only issue. Yo creo que últimamente estos últimos 2 años y medio que hemos estado con lo del COVID y esto y aquello, creo que la gente como que se ha enganchado en la idea de no hacer mucho, de no trabajar en cierta forma. Se ha acostumbrado a que si sienten digamos, un piquete en la garganta y ya están enfermos y no van a ir al trabajo al siguiente día. Quiero hablar de la responsabilidad. The responsibility about work. Believe me, I know what it is. I know how it feels when you just don't want to go to work. Believe me, I don't want to go to work today, but you just know you have to be responsible about it and just go do your job. When I was younger, I know that sometimes I would be a headache, a pain in the ass, because sometimes I would just not show up. In fact, I do remember back in 2016, I believe, 2016, there was a time where I think, we just went out drinking. We went to have some margaritas to On the Border, which unfortunately closed down here in Milpitas, and it sucks because it was the best one. I have tried the ones in Texas, but those suck. So we were just having margaritas and just randomly decided to go to Vegas. I did work the next day, but hey, I was responsible about it. I didn't show up, but I was responsible about it, and I did send a message around 3, 4 in the morning saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm feeling kind of sick. I don't think I'll be able to go in." So I mean, I called out the 2 hours in advance, and they do ask. Either way, my boss was, kind of bitchy about it, and then she gave me like a third and final write up or something like that for not showing up. And then she used the excuse of, I know you know so many people here at Panera, but you kind of have to put that aside. You have to put that aside, and I'm just gonna have to give you a write up and blah blah blah. Almost like telling me, just because you know people doesn't mean you're gonna do whatever you want. And honestly, that comment, I think, it was so stupid and so out of line, because either way that I knew people, I still tried my best to be my best, to be at my job and to do my job. Not because I knew people, that means I'm just gonna be there and just pretend like, oh, you know what, you can't tell me anything because this person hired me, or you can't tell me anything because I'm friends with this person. Like, that's not me, and that's not how I do things. So the way that's how she made me feel. And yeah, I do understand that I've done it lately, or I did it quite often, calling out, and I had a huge responsibility, which was opening. I opened the bakery, and I know how huge of a responsibility that is. And so, as years go by, you just become a lot more responsible with your things, and I have understood, whatever I did back then, was bit of my immaturity. But as time goes by, you do grow up, and you do realize that, hey, you have responsibilities and you have a job to take care of. This job is paying for your bills, and this job is paying for your things. So whether you want to be there or not, I think just be there, do your job. Whatever, just you don't have to be your best. You could just do the minimal, whatever, but just do it. Just be there. So lately, I think that's one of the issues that I've had at my job right now, that people just don't come in, don't show up. And and I hit it. The being on time, the being late. Like, I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of had to readjust my schedule in terms of the opener. The person would just be, sometimes would be just super late. She would be 15 minutes late, 20 minutes late, and then she wouldn't get the job done until like 3-4 hours later. And honestly, that also, obviously, that the attendance is not the only issue. Doing the actual job is part of being responsible. And the fact that she just didn't have a sense of priority, that just, it annoyed the shit out of me. It's just the fact that you want to be done. You put yourself that goal, because when I used to open the bakery, like, I would always tell myself, okay, I do have an hour to open. I have an hour to put all this bread up. I have an hour to package all these pastries, because I know by between 6 and 6:30, I know these early morning people come in for their stupid coffee, and I don't want to be like running behind, or feel like my time is so short. So I try my best to like be done as soon as possible. In fact, I would always come in like 10 to 15 minutes earlier, just to get a bit of a head start. So by the time we open, I was done, and I can focus on the customer, and that way I'm not like rushing myself or feel like I'm super behind, because I hate that. I hate the feeling of running behind. I hate the feeling of being late, to be honest. Just being rushed. That's the main trigger for me. I don't like to be rushed. So when I would open, I would always tell myself, okay, I got to be done by this. I got to be done with this by like in 30 minutes. I have to be done with this by an hour. You set your goals, but there's some people just don't get it, and they just don't give a fuck. And honestly, yeah, sure. At the end of the day, it's just job, whatever. But I mean, it also comes back to like, if you don't like the job, just get out, go away. So I did have to readjust my schedule with that person, and it sucks. it sucks to be that kind of person, and it sucks to have to kind of get rid of the person. But I just had no other choice. I just need people that are a little more responsible and have a better customer service, because that person just that girl just not, she was not friendly customer service material. I'm sorry. And then of course you have these other people that work with me. I'm not gonna say in what area, but I think you guys can figure it out. You know, it just comes to being responsible. And I know, like, this past Tuesday or Monday, I know somebody called off, and I think it just comes to the expectation that you leave and the expectation that you want from people, and it comes from you. You want to send the standards, and sometimes I feel like the bosses don't. For a little thing they just call off. For my backache, I have a backache, I won't be able to come in, and it's like like como le dije a una compañera mía, o sea, yo tengo un pinche pedo atorado aquí y aquí estoy. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it just comes to being, I don't know if you can correlate it or anything, but like, is it just me being responsible, or is it just me being taken advantage of? Because I always try to be good, friendly, and I always try to be on a good, what do you call it? Like, on good terms with everybody. I don't want to be best friends or anything like that, but I want to be on a chill level with everybody. And I feel like sometimes they just take advantage of me, and I'm always there, whether I'm in pain or not. The other time I had a really horrible toothache, yet I was there. I finished my shift. Some people get a stomach ache in the middle of their shift, and they're like, oh, you know what, I gotta go, bye. It's like, I'm trying to make my money, and this is, I think, one of the reasons why I also stay, because I gotta make my hours. If some people don't care, and that's the other thing too. Like, they care about the hours, but they don't care. So like, they want to leave early, and then they complain that they don't have hours. It's like, how are you gonna have hours if you're not here? So I just think little things like that just annoy me. I think people just have to be a little more more mature when it comes to their jobs, and to show up. And like, I feel like if you know you're not gonna come in the next day, just let us know. There's nothing wrong with like not letting us know that you're not gonna come in. That's totally cool. But is this on? I'm just coming to realize. Yes, it is. I'm over here recording 12 minutes already, and I'm just realizing. Anyway, if you know you're not gonna show up, just let them know. But don't when it comes to a bad start, a bad morning, it just ruins it all. And you're just trying to play catch up for the rest of the hours or for the rest of the shift, and that's not cool either. So I think people just need to like get off that COVID horse and COVID wagon, or whatever you want to call it, and just be a little more responsible with their stuff. If it were for me, and I shouldn't be saying this, and actually I won't say this, I'll just keep this to myself, but I would just readjust the schedule a lot more. And people just gotta start being a lot more responsible. Or you know what? I think I just gotta start putting my foot down and start being more of a bitch, as they claim me to be. Maybe I should just be a lot more, hard with them, and just kind of be more strict. But it is what it is. Again, it's just very complicated, because I do try to be the balance of it all. I try to be the middleman, the middle point, the person that they can count on. Not I want to be the boss, but I also want to be the boss that they can count on. But I don't know. Maybe as the years go by, I'll learn that just won't ever bring me anything positive. Damn it, that just sounded very very sad. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna wrap this up real quick. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I hope you guys have been watching my videos, and feel free to watch our previous episodes from season 3, season 2, and season 1. They're still available on YouTube. You can watch them through Buzzsprout, Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You can always check them out through there. You can check them out through our Facebook accounts. You can see some clips, sometimes on our Instagram account. And I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and hopefully you guys can take something from this. To each their own. But I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope I pick up some energy for next week's episode. Try to bring more juicy episodes. I always say that, and hopefully next time I will bring like a little recipe to make a drink or something. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to me, and I will be back. All right, see you next time.